It's the You Name It Show with Davin Christensen.
Hola, Jerry.
And me, Jerry Taylor. Again, you just caught off guard, aren't you?
That was I paused for dramatic purposes.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I don't believe you.
Hola, Jerry. Is that better?
Hola, Jerry.
Hola, Jerry.
Says, okay.
Oh, so what's going on?
Well, it is 1 week after the week we missed. Got some complaints about that. Hey, I looked and there was no show. What the fuck? That kind of thing.
Oh, well, people have to understand it's that time of year.
Yeah.
We try.
It is.
We do try.
Yeah. But there we are.
I guess if we were getting paid for this, we might try harder.
Maybe. I think we did pretty good, though. What do we got? 130-something episodes.
Yep. Approaching 20,000 listeners, and that's good.
So, no more of this.
Oh, hi, Bob.
No, because I am on the road.
Yes, Davin is in the great state of Texas.
Yeehaw.
Is it the great state of Texas? The more you go there, you should be able to tell us all if it's really the great state.
It's just hot as fuck. That's all it is.
Oh, shoot. Knocking over everything over here.
I
got another new setup.
Yes?
Here, let me look behind me before I do this. Now my studio seems to be getting moved around all the time now.
Okay.
So I did have it together with a couple of, like a safe lock stand and a card table.
Okay.
Professional. and I was like sort of facing one of the walls.
Okay.
But I could still see the rest of the room. And now I'm on one of those 6-foot tables with my back to the doorway, so I can't tell if I'm being spied upon ever. I have to look around. Do this spin here.
You should put a little mirror up so you can see if Lisa comes in and peeks her head in.
Yeah, like one of those store mirrors.
Yep.
I need to do that so I can tell. Because she came in earlier and she was going, "You don't have any peripheral vision?" I'm like, my back is to you. I can't. My peripheral vision will go down to the... Yeah, you can't see that direction. I got to have an eye on the back of my head.
Well, women do. They're told. They tell the kids they've got eyes in the back of their head. And my daughter, when she was younger, actually started combing through my ex-wife's hair, looking for the other eye.
Yeah. Lisa did the same thing. The girls, like when she was driving, she'd always say that to them. And they believe them.
Like some kind of cyclops.
Because children are stupid.
Yep.
Children are dummies.
Santa Claus hides back there, too, along with the tooth fairy.
Well, yeah, let's just blow it all out of the water. Remember the eyes in the back of my head that I told you about? Not there. Neither is Santa Claus, neither is all that stuff.
Tooth
Quick,
fairy.
what are you crying for? Why are you crying?
Stop. It's all fake. It's all been us all the time.
All right, let's kick off the show with a nice little... we're going to go into October shortly, so we might as well start with the spooky stories.
Okay.
I heard a friend of mine tell me that...
I know where you're going with this one.
Yep. A friend of mine named Davin told me that when he was home, he was up late and he went outside and had a smoke on the porch.
Yes, I did.
And came back in the house and saw Bob.
Yes.
His tenant.
And it was 3:15
in the stairway.
3:15 in the morning.
Yeah. And then said, "Oh, hi, Bob," to him. You know, this.
Oh, hi, Bob.
Yep.
And then it disappeared.
Yep.
Right?
Because it was Ghost Bob.
Ghost Bob. Because then you went to the stairway and looked down and was like, there's nobody there. And Bob can't be that quick to go down the stairs like that.
And the door was locked. And I'm like, there was no sound. It was as if I was walking in the front door and he was walking in the back door at the same time. Said hi, Bob. It looked at me and then disappeared. And I'm like, that was a fucking ghost.
So... I've got some theories. I've got 2 of them.
Okay. And I think I have a theory now, too, because we tried to recreate it before I left town.
Try to recreate it. Now, let me get to the theories out.
Okay.
Part of it was because of a discussion with you. The first theory is that, wait, maybe there's only one. The theory is that Bob was having a bad night and accidentally died for a
Yes.
few minutes. And then when you said, "Oh, hi, Bob," you sent his spirit back into his body.
Shocked him back in.
Right. So really, that's the only theory I have. I think the one I have,
the out of
which
body
really
experience.
makes me laugh. Yeah, it makes me laugh because, in a way, Bob was haunting himself, which I think is hilarious.
And he's just wandering, just like he does in real life.
Wander around, looking for something to sand. Oh, Bob. So what happened when you tried to recreate Bob haunting himself?
Well, I did not stay up till 3:15 to do it, but I started looking at how I was coming in on the porch and how the shadow might have been my shadow as the door closed is what made it disappear.
Oh, you're wrecking everything.
So it may have been the shadow.
Sorry. May have been your own shadow, so in a way you were haunting yourself.
I was haunting myself and creeping out myself with the Bob shadow. But it had the same mannerisms as Bob. I mean,
your shadow.
The way it turned and looked, it looked like Bob.
So you think your shadow turned and looked at you?
Yes.
This is great. So one of them is a really cool story about Bob haunting himself, and the other one is you just being a scaredy cat.
Yes.
But no, I don't believe it because the shadow can't turn and look at you.
I'm just wondering if it really is a ghost in my house. Because we were talking about that Dear David.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what I was going to say too. Yeah, the Dear David thing. Yeah.
And I wonder if it's some way of getting back at me. I don't know.
You think Dear David heard you talk about it on the podcast? Ladies and gentlemen, Dear David. You have to go back and listen to it, but it's about a haunting of somebody who's following his own haunting on Twitter.
Yep.
So, you think that because we talked about it, Dear David found you?
Yeah, I've never seen a ghost before in my life, and that was the first time.
You may not have seen one. You may have seen your own shadow.
That's true. I got frightened of my own shadow. Oh, what?
Yeah, we're going to have...
I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah, we're going to have 6 more weeks of fall now that you saw your own shadow. You know what that is, Davin?
Yeah, yes, I do.
It's this.
Science!
That's what that is.
6 more weeks of fall.
Got a new one for you. Hear that? That was great.
That was good. I'm a groundhog.
You are. Groundhog. I heard an interview with Bill Murray, and they talked about Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and what did he have to say about that?
It was really weird. It was almost like he doesn't really like that movie.
Yeah.
And that he was upset with Harold Ramis, saying that he wasn't shooting it right and all this kind of stuff. But he didn't get into any details. He's pretty vague about that stuff. Anytime a controversial question came up, he was kind of avoiding the whole deal.
Yeah.
Poor Bill Murray. Poor wealthy Bill Murray. The thing I really learned was that he saved his money. Like from the beginning of his career, he never went crazy and bought a bunch of shit, so now he's all set.
Nice.
Because all of his early money has now grown into bigger and bigger money.
Yep. Except in, what was that zombie movie where they shot him?
Zombieland.
Zombieland. Yep. He's got a big,
I like that one.
big mansion. He dresses up like a zombie and gets shot.
Yeah. Great.
That was a good burp.
Great.
Awesome.
Let's see. What do I got here? What do I have here? Speaking of old men like Bill Murray,
Yeah.
I'm sort of an old guy.
I feel older and older every day.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this stuff. A couple of things led me through a few things. One of them, this is so bad. I wonder if I should even say this. Devin, you ever have to PeePoop? Have you?
PeePoop?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Where you gotta pee and then all of a sudden you decide, you know what? I better turn around and sit down because I gotta poop too.
No, not really. This is my own new thing I just called a PeePoop, which is you could do both or either. Really?
Yeah.
So you have a choice. You know you have to go to the bathroom.
Well, you
and
can't.
you know that you could do both.
Yeah, you can't just poop. You have to pee.
I know. It's just fun to say or either.
PeePoop.
That's all. But you could just go without that, and you could wait till you get home, like George Costanza. You want to be in a good place for that. You don't want to be one of those guys
in IRS.
In IRS, what does that mean?
In-room shit. We talked about it.
Oh, yeah, you want one of those. You don't want to be one of those people that are in the office where there's a row of stalls and you look down and you see like a row of feet sitting down in the men's room.
Oh, and that's...
Women's room, you see that all the time because that's what they do. But in men's room, you know they're taking a dump when you see feet.
Well, and you try to hold in the farts, the explosions, because you don't want to be embarrassed. But sometimes I always exaggerate it.
Well, you just like blast it out on purpose if you have an audience. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's like if it happens and you go, I go, oh Lord, oh,
Yep.
and just exaggerate it.
That's like our good friend Mike Novak was on a job with a contractor, and I forgot his name, Kenny something or other. But anyway, they're in the airport, and this Kenny guy goes into the stall. I don't think he was actually doing anything. This is just the bit he was doing. Mike was out at the urinals, and Kenny's in the stall with a crowded room full of people, and he's going, "Oh my God, Mike, something's wrong. Help me, Mike. Oh my God, something's really wrong in here. You have to help me." He kept doing that. Going, that's hilarious.
See,
I've never done that one.
I had the reverse of that. I think it might have been Bill Christensen. I'm not positive, but we were on a gig in Grand Rapids and went into the restroom, and I thought it was Bill in the stall next to me, and it wasn't.
You're talking to him.
And I'm talking to him. And then I see a guy walk out of the bathroom with the same shoes that were underneath the stall, and I'm like, that wasn't fucking Bill.
No, but he handed you a set of prints with all the pre-wire laid out that you were talking about for the job. He's like your shit secretary at that moment. We need to get Bill. I got to record Bill before he leaves town saying something so we can play it for the people.
Oh, yeah. We gotta
Hi,
get him.
I'm Bill Christensen, spelled correctly.
You
Just
gotta
have him say that.
Have him do a rant. I thought about it on my flight down here. I ended up on the same flight and the same shuttle bus going to the rental car as the head coach of Michigan State basketball.
Really?
Yeah, and he sat across
Famous
from us.
man.
So, and people were asking for their photos and stuff like that, and I was thinking, well, should I ask him to do a shout out for all the listeners at the You Name It podcast? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be that dick.
Because he doesn't listen to it.
Leave the guy alone.
All right, here's what you do. I have a plan for this.
Okay.
When either one of us run into famous people, we'll start doing that.
Which we run into famous people a lot. It's surprising.
Yeah, occasionally, I would say. A couple times a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Waka Flocka. See, I could have done it with Waka Flocka. That would have been great.
This is
what
Waka
I
Flocka
said.
Flame. Listen to the You Name It podcast.
No. This is what we want. We want them to say they don't listen. Because that way they'll do it. Because they're not lying.
Yeah.
Say, I don't even listen, Waka. Just say, this is Waka Flocka Flame, and I have no idea what the You Name It podcast is.
Nor would I ever listen to it.
Right. Just say shitty stuff about us. I'll play that all day long. I love that. This way they're not lying.
Right.
And all that. Maybe they'll start listening if we should get cards printed up with the iTunes and all that on there. Hand them out to the people. Here, if you want to listen to it, it'll be on next week.
I'm Coach Izzo, and I don't have any idea who this guy on the shuttle bus is, and I don't listen to his podcast.
Right. I'm Coach Izzo, and this man's bothering me. All that would be great. Would all be great.
Yep.
Science!
Science!
Want to hear it again? Let's do it again.
Just makes you happy.
Yeah, I had to plug. I just wanted that whole build up too, just so everybody knew what was going on.
It makes you smile.
So what was I thinking here? Oh, the only reason I did the PeePoop talk was so I could get to what happens when you get older, which is like every time before I go drive somewhere, I go do the old man backup pee.
Yep.
That's not where you back up to the urinal. That's where you're peeing even though you don't have to.
Uh-huh.
Because you know that now when you're in your middle years that you can't sometimes even it'll just hit you out of the blue. Like you're doing a trip that you You know, it's weird because you can get on a plane and you can fly for 4 hours without having to get up to pee because you don't want to have to do that. But then sometimes you're driving for 40 minutes and it's like, shit, why do I have to piss now? Ridiculous. Like your body changes, your brain changes when you get older.
I refer to that as while I'm walking by here, I might as well go. It's like,
No, I go out of my way. I go all the way back down to the bathroom to do that. And if I leave without it, I get all weirded out. Kind of like today.
yeah.
I went to work. About halfway through the morning, I reached up to scratch my beautiful bald head, and it wasn't bald anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, shit, how did I do that? This morning I got in the shower, and I didn't shave my head like I do every single shower.
Oops.
How did I miss that? Nobody said anything, but all day long, I was thinking, goddamn stubble. So, old man backup pee.
Well, I do that on rest stops when I'm on a road trip. It's like
Among other things, right?
You see there's a rest stop and you're like, well, I really don't have to go. And then you see the sign that says, next rest stop, 45 miles. You're like, okay, well, I'm not going to make it 45. I better stop.
Well, you have to because you got to start tapping your foot when you're in the stall, all that kind of stuff.
And then you end up getting a soft drink or something and having to stop at the one that's 45 miles away, too.
Boy, you're missing all of these references, aren't you?
Oh, the foot tip top.
Yes. I just accused you of trying to hook up with another man in a public restroom, and you just let it go right by without even thinking about it.
You know what? I've been desensitized, Jerry. You know why?
Have you?
Because it is Gay Pride weekend in Dallas, Texas.
Is it?
It is. And there's
So
also...
that's probably why, yeah. Because your usual response would be like, hey, Davin, you're going to blow a guy in a bathroom, aren't you? You'd go, oh, my God. So now you've joined the rest of society.
Yes.
And you're now becoming used to the gay people.
Yes.
Right?
Gay Pride weekend. Woohoo!
Right.
That's one of our texts, Tony, is going down to Columbus, and I told him, I said, "Oh, Columbus has a huge Irish population." He goes, "Really?" And then I thought about it. I said, "Or maybe I was just there for St. Patrick's Day."
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. One or two of those things may have happened.
Dallas has a huge gay population. Oh, no, I was there for Gay Pride weekend.
Crazy. I got Pepe calling in now. Our unpaid intern.
Oh, wish we could chime him in.
Yeah, I wonder if I could. Yeah, I'd probably fuck everything up if I tried to do the connect call, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably screw it all up. But nobody in the audience could hear it either. But I want to see what he wants here.
Hi, Pepe.
So let me ask if he can text to me.
Do we need to take a swoosh break and call him back?
Let's see what he says with this. We'll just go on. Oh, there goes that stupid noise.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Gay Pride week.
Gay Pride weed. Gay Pride weed.
Yeah. That was in the news.
So wait. Since it's Gay Pride weekend, I actually went to a grocery store and I've got the gay quote of the week overheard at the Walmart grocery store.
Okay. Walmart grocery. Gotcha. Go ahead.
I'll try to recreate it as best I can.
All right.
Should we buy some orange juice? Before the prices blow up. You know. And, of course, they bought some orange juice.
All right. Now, this
Yes.
is where you have to help me out and explain to me what orange juice has to do with Gay Pride week.
Well, it was just because they were totally flamboyant. And because of the hurricane in Florida and everything, they were actually pretty intelligent.
Oh, that voice you were doing was supposed to be gay people.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about gay people. Okay, I thought you were. You know, this is funny because it actually happened twice when you told me this story. Because you told me this story last week. Sorry to break the fourth wall, people, but Davin told me this story. And the first time he said it, it was the exact same thing. I thought he was doing an impression of two old ladies talking about gay people.
No. Jewish guy. Let's buy some orange juice.
Let's buy some orange juice, Matilda, shall we?
Before it blows up. The prices that are going to blow up.
So what you're saying is the couple that you saw,
both
were,
male.
yeah, they were worried that the price of orange juice was going to go up because Florida got hit with a giant hurricane.
Right.
I don't know if that's the truth. Might get even more oranges as long as the trees didn't blow over.
I don't know. Wind blows, gays blow, oranges fall off, and oh no, it's a nectarine. Sorry, Bill Christensen. Spelled correctly.
Couldn't get all the way through there, huh?
No, I gotta
Funny.
go there.
So, I'm sorry. I'm reading Pepe's email now.
Oh boy, where is he anyway?
He's confused.
He's always confused.
Asking. Yeah, he's asking about. Let's see. So he's asking about Buick.
Okay.
Saying that there's no Image Pro in the rack. And he's saying that it calls for an Image Pro. Yes, it does. And then what's the media being played off of? And he's talking about watch packs. We don't do that.
No.
So no, he doesn't need anything special.
Okay.
All right. I'll just tell him regular. Regular iPro.
Yeah.
iPro is fine.
Don't you need an Image Pro 2?
Nope. These are bright sign players, Davin.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're
No
talking.
watch out.
We're talking C kits.
We're talking B kits.
Okay.
Anyway, why does he got to bother me with this? Why can't they just do this work tomorrow?
Because he's an asshole.
He's going to listen. He's going to be upset with you.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, that was called work. We do that every once in a while, and I just didn't want to take a swish break because I didn't want to have to re-edit everything. But let's get right back to it, to the Miami issue. I had a Miami thought.
Okay.
This is what I thought. I thought this was an opportunity. This hurricane was a perfect opportunity to make $1 million.
Okay, how?
Easy. Get a boat. When the hurricane goes through, get a boat and just drive it around and pick up the floating kilos. Because they'll be all over Miami area, wouldn't they?
Yep. And the fire ants and everything else.
Keys and all that, and the floating bales of weed. Because they make that shit so it doesn't just sink unless they want it to.
Right.
It's all wrapped up and waterproof so they could drop it out of planes into the water and get picked up and all that. So I have a feeling that we could have made a fortune. And then we just take all that cocaine to where the Miami was going to move to and resell it back to them.
It's
Is that a good idea?
It's kind of like Amazon's underwater warehouse.
Yeah, just a temporary Amazon underwater warehouse piece of bullshit that's never going to happen.
Floats to the top and you deliver it.
I had it all worked out. Going to ask our co-worker and listener, Mr. Mike Zane, to bring his plane down there, too, so he could load it up, just like the old days. When we all were drug traffickers and flying around Florida. Well, that wasn't actually us, but someone did. Someone made millions flying around little planes. Mm-hmm. Popping over there to Escobar's house. Is that his name? What the hell's his name? Not Emilio. Actually, you could probably get more at Charlie Sheen's house than you would over there at Escobar's place. Okay, so on with the current events.
Okay.
Yeah, heard about the lady on social media at a Detroit Lions football game.
Yes.
That didn't stand up for the national anthem.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So, what do you think about that, Davin?
I think you should stand up.
Well, it seems respectful.
And it doesn't take that much time out of your fucking life to show respect for your country. So
Now,
I don't think you should be deported for not standing up. You should be beaten with a fucking flag. And
that's your political punishment is a flag beating.
Yeah.
Like wrap a flag around a baseball bat and beat them up, right?
hit them with a sock full of fucking nickels.
Yeah. The funny part about your assessment of this is that the only thing that was illegal in the whole thing was using the flag in the wrong way.
Right.
And I think that's actually illegal to do that. You can't beat a person to death with with a baseball bat wrapped in the American flag.
Yeah.
Because then you're desecrating the flag.
Okay, what if you throw the flag over them and then hit them with a sock full of nickels?
Well, they've got to be former soldiers to be draped in the flag.
Okay.
So, a bag of hot nickels? That'd be a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked saying that. Look at that guy's face. Look like he got hit in the face with a bag of hot nickels.
I did see a bumper sticker one time that said, if you want to burn our flag, wrap yourself in it first.
Yeah, there you go. Well, here's the thing. Here's my opinion.
Okay.
Stupid not to stand, because the whole anthem thing right now, because we have soldiers deployed, it's
Yes.
kind of more about the soldier people than it is about anything else.
Yeah.
But
It's not.
we are allowed to protest,
Yeah.
right?
And it's not their
And
fault
they're
they signed up and they're fucked.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But these people that want to kneel or whatever, like Copperneck or whatever his name is.
Copperneck.
Yeah, what is his name anyway?
Kipperneck, whatever.
See?
I don't
Laugh
know.
at me about it. Asshole.
What I need is for you to climb down out of my ass.
That's right. So anyway, part of the beauty of our country is we're allowed to protest, and protest doesn't always have to be agreeable to everybody else. And as long as you do it non-violently,
Right.
then who gives a shit?
Exactly. You have your opinion,
So-
I have mine, and mine's
Right.
right and yours is wrong, and I'm not going to change your mind, you're not going to change mine, so fuck off.
Right. You want to sit? Go ahead and sit. This brings me to this week's edition of Shit Lisa Says.
Okay. This
So
should be
we
good.
went through the same conversation. She cares nothing about it. We go through the same conversation you and I just had, and her response was, or maybe their legs are sore. Maybe their backs are sore and they just don't want to stand up. What's the big deal?
They're showing their allegiance in other ways. Whatever. Fuck.
I get it though. She's just going, maybe they've got a problem with their legs. They're sore and they don't want to stand up for the 4-minute thing.
Yep.
Good point. It was kind of funny though.
Lisa.
I don't give a shit if they stand up. Who cares?
No.
It's sort of like going to church. You go to church and you go to one of those ones that has the Christian calisthenics there, where you have sit, stand, kneel, stand,
yeah,
stand
I've
back
been-
up, sit, sing, stand, sit, kneel. shit.
Stop with all that shit.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Like if you're not a participant at the church, like isn't that it's probably Catholic, some
Yeah.
sort of Catholic church. And say you're Baptist, you don't have to sit, stand, kneel. You can just sit there and listen. You don't have to worry about it. Same thing.
Calisthenics.
Maybe you're not protesting. Maybe you just don't feel like sitting,
maybe
standing.
you've got bad knees. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have had to wait forever to get a knee surgery, like you live in Canada or something.
Right. Don't judge.
See, I snuck in some more shit.
Don't judge me. I've been to Canada. I had knee surgery. It was a lot
Yeah.
cheaper than here.
I went over there to wait in line for knee surgery, for an elective surgery, and I got back, and they don't work right anymore, and I'm not going to stand up. Me and Capernaker,
Kipper Kip.
me and Kippers and whatever, Kippered herring. Yeah, so that was that stuff. I don't even know if I have any more topics now.
Oh, I've got a couple. Let's see. What do I have on? Oh, have you the Ezekiel Elliott? Since we're talking about football,
That's Ezekiel Elliott.
yeah,
It sounds like his name went over into his last name. Like it should be Ezekiel, but instead it's Ezekiel Elliott.
yes. So he got suspended from the NFL, and a judge threw it out of court. And he got suspended for beating up his girlfriend, who did not press charges.
Yeah.
And basically, he got thrown out of court. But the NFL says, you're suspended for 6 games. And this judge said, fuck you, you can play. So he's been playing, and they've been losing.
How does a judge say he can play?
Oh, you want me to get into the details of the court shit?
I can't see that a court could make that decision. They can't force the employer to use the guy. He could be suspended.
Well, so now the NFL is deciding to fight it. And by the time everything's said and done, he's going to play his 6 games that he was supposed to be suspended, and it's going to be over. And NFL just doesn't want to look like they're getting their ass kicked by rich, overprivileged players.
There's got to be something else going on there. Must be something else going on there.
The rules.
Yeah. So one thing I can see is you don't need to press charges to be even convicted of the crime.
Right.
You just have to have the evidence that the state sees. You've seen it. You watch cops.
Yeah.
They'll show up and go, "Oh, I see a mark on you, so you're going to jail." No, don't take him. I'm sorry, I can't. I have to take him with me.
But
because he's got a mark on his face.
But if you're signing a contract with an NFL football team and there is a moral clause and there's enough evidence that your place of business that you work for sees fit, they should be able to do whatever they want as far as pursuing it, and he's fighting it because he can.
Exactly.
So more power to him, and keep losing.
And keep losing. Yeah, they can do anything they want. That's the thing about the whole free market is people start complaining, going, "Oh, look at this bullshit. People are getting stupid and losing their jobs because of stupid shit." Well, just like David Copperfield not standing is not going to be playing in that league because he chose to do something stupid for his job.
And nobody
Lost
wants
his job
to
for it.
Nobody wants to fight that battle and pick him up as a quarterback because it's going to be controversial and it's going to be bad for business.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you're hiring this asshole that has no respect for the, he's got problems with the system, but he's going to take it out on the entire country. Yeah. Fuck you. You don't have to play then.
If you're a crack,
and that's just fine. But in the same way, it's just fine if somebody goes on Twitter and starts, putting racist shit on there, and then they lose their job.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any crying on any sides because then you get like conservatives crying because someone lost their job because they tweeted something in their own time, but then they're all for David Copperfield not getting on the team.
David Copperfield.
Right.
Copperfield, Coppernick, whatever.
Doesn't matter. As long as I'm going to say it wrong, I might as well just keep going with that.
You might as well. Because David Copperfield kisses people inappropriately.
Yeah, so let's just have some consistency, people. And that's what it is. You get fucked over for shit you do in your private life because it affects the company you represent. That's called the free market.
You ready for one of my other topics? This comes from our friend Randy McHale. Who's been on this show.
Yes. Let's see. What's Randy have to say?
He's convinced that his neighbors think he's a terrorist.
Because he's a brown guy, everybody.
Well, no.
Remember, Randy's a Middle Eastern style guy.
No, Randy travels a lot. So the theory is his neighbors look out and they're like, he has no trash. He must be a terrorist. Because he has no trash because he destroys his trash somewhere else. So the government can't
They think he just like takes his trash to the dump himself or something.
Yeah, because there's no way he has no trash. I don't understand. He's got to be a terrorist. Who are these neighbors
that you're imitating? What country do these neighbors come from that you're imitating?
I don't know.
I guess not. Like one of those weird... Davin has this impression of people from a foreign land that doesn't exist. I love it. Where is the trash? It just switches back and forth, Irish to Russian. It's great.
Oh,
Who put the trash over there
by the side of the road?
There's no trash at that house. Why is he living in our neighborhood? He must be a terrorist.
Yes, there you go. That would sound like a leprechaun Russian. Poor Randy. He's always taking a beating for shit. All he's got to do is walk around life being brown, and everybody's suspicious of him.
He jokes around about it, though. That's the best part.
Yeah, well, he's got a good humor, but I guess you kind of have to when you're when you're running into that shit all the time. They think he's a terrorist. He's always leaving town, coming back, and leaving town and coming back. He must be doing something wrong somehow. Couldn't possibly have a job that makes him do that.
He's got 2 cars, and they're like here all the time, and he doesn't go anywhere, but there's no trash.
Right. That's funny. Poor Randy.
Uh,
Yeah, so I forgot to add this. The cocaine smuggling story,
okay.
the dream. I was watching, what the hell was I watching? House of Cards, watching that they have the characters who are the president type deal. You know, they're doing the whole White House deal.
Yep.
And they're smoking weed. Like the guy and his wife are laying in bed smoking weed or some shit like that. I
Okay.
think. I can't even really remember. But it made me think about, we know that Clinton smoked weed.
Yeah.
I would imagine that nearly every president that went into that office has some sort of vice that they're trying to hide.
Uh-huh.
Where do they get their drugs? Who can they talk to? Like, say they run for the office, they get in the White House, they don't know anybody there. They still got to start filling it up with people they do know, but the people who work there forever, you know, those ones that work at the White House, and they don't get fired. How do you find out which one of those guys is the one that goes to get you your opiates or whatever you want? It just seems weird because it's risky. You can't be caught as the president like, hey, CNN, the president just asked me to get him some smack. You know?
They're getting it from somewhere.
Yeah, you know they are, because look at these guys. Of course they are.
I wonder if there's one guy in the Secret Service that's his job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder. That's the whole exploration. Is like, who's in charge of getting Trump his blow?
And his name is John. Or something
You know,
weird.
they're always saying, yeah, you know, they're always saying Trump doesn't do anything. He doesn't drink, all that kind of shit. I don't believe any of that. There's no fucking way that Trump was rich throughout the 70s and 80s without hanging out at Studio 54, dusting his nose off every 5 minutes.
Well, look at his smile. His stupid fucking smile. It's so fake, and his eyes close when he looks like he's stoned.
Maybe he's on like one of those Studio 54 drugs, like ketamine, where he's like that guy now. He's a club kid. Trump the club kid. He's ecstasy. He's on ecstasy all the time. Everything's terrific. That's why he does that. See, we found the secret. The reason why everything's so great and it's wonderful and you're not going to believe how great it is because when you're on ecstasy, everything's fucking great. Doesn't matter what it is you're talking about.
Sorry.
We're going to go to war and it's going to be great. It's going to be the best one you've ever seen. People are going to die in the best ways.
I'm just picturing Trump right now in a nightclub in Miami, bopping his head back and forth at a foam party, getting table service.
Right. He keeps touching everybody around him.
Inappropriately, yes.
It's a nice sweater you have on. It feels so weird. Trump. That's his deal. He's on ecstasy all the time. That's why everything's wonderful.
Tell me about your pussy.
Yeah, tell me about it. Just grab it. All I gotta do is just grab it. Man, that's a good one. I gotta remember that. That'd make a good stand-up set there, talking about Trump being on ecstasy. If I could do a Trump impression, what's he sound like again?
Oh, I don't know. I can't do impressions. You know that, Jerry.
I don't know. Maybe you come out with one. I mean, you're actually were like born in Jersey. Maybe you get close.
To doing the Trump.
The Trump.
I
don't know how to do the Trump, but it'd be good if you did. I'd have to practice, learn how to do the Trump, and then I'd be able to do all those little things too.
It's
gonna be great. You're not gonna believe it.
Yeah.
Not gonna believe it. It's gonna be great. Okay.
So I got a stupid invention. It's not an invention, actually. It's Kenmore. Came out with a smart washer.
All right. What does it do that's so smart?
Smart washer and dryer. You can turn it on from your phone.
Okay.
Okay. Do you find anything wrong with that?
Yeah, because you got to load it anyway.
Exactly.
So why would you push the button when you walk away?
Exactly. What the fuck? Why am I going to pay an extra $400 or $500 so I can turn it on with my phone when I still got to fucking load it?
It's one of those things
and put
where
the detergent in, and yeah.
Yeah, just because you're wealthy enough to buy that, then you would set it up that way. Well, I loaded the washer last night, and now when I get to work, I can push the button because I can. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great and wonderful.
There you go. There's your Trump voice.
Almost. I'll get one. I should just load them up on the playback system. Just saying things are great and wonderful.
So my vote, Kenmore, smart washer, smart dryer, fucking stupid.
Thumbs down on the Kenmore.
Because you're still going to load it.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what my youngest kid, Lindsay, was saying because she talked about a product, a set of knives that she was given by one of her employers because she nannies, babysits kind of thing there.
Yeah.
She told me how she got this nice set of Cuisinart. Nice.
Cuisinart.
Yes.
It's not Cuisinart. It's Cuisinart.
Exactly. The funny thing is that it really is, if you think about it, it's spelled that way. It's spelled cuisine art, but through the years, we all just started calling it Cuisinart. Like my coffee machine is a Cuisinart. I never think of it as cuisine art. But think of this, Davin.
Okay.
Talking about appliances.
Okay.
Frigidaire refrigerators.
Yes.
You hear that one, don't you?
Frigid air. Yes.
Yes. What's inside of them? Frigid air.
Yes.
So
Makes sense.
they do make the names like that on purpose. You just rarely hear somebody who has never heard it said the other way. Cuisine art knives.
Well, my idea was when we were coming up with a case company.
Yeah.
At our
A
office.
case company, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we store our gear in. These cases with wheels on them, made from wood and metal trim, and locks on them and such. Go ahead, Devin.
And they had a name contest. Name the company, and I thought Profit was the perfect name.
Because you could really profit from profit.
Exactly. And
Nice one.
they didn't go with it.
That's too bad. Maybe
So-
they didn't want that to be a negative thing.
Well,
Where I'll
Profit.
get the best deal. Obviously not where they're profiting the most.
Well, Profit also refers to the fact that all your gear will professionally fit inside the case because we custom make them.
Yeah, but you're subliminally attacking the customer with a negative approach. That's what the problem is.
Well, fuck that.
Fuck you, Jerry.
Why look into it that way? Okay, whatever.
Well, they will. Like all marketing people will start to overanalyze it. It's their job. They've
That's
got to
true.
try and think of all the angles. I liked it though.
Hey, I got a new name.
Profit.
I got a new name for our list.
For our show, what is it?
No, you know how we have the list of people whose names fit their job?
Yes.
Like, for instance, you said Judge Hammer
Yes, from Garden City, Michigan. Judge
yeah.
Hammer.
and Will Power, the race car driver.
Yeah.
And there's lots of
He
audio.
should be a professional dieter is what he should be.
Will Power, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of audio guys named Mike and everything. And
Yes, that's a good one.
And the slut that I went to high school with named Sharon Peters.
Well, now we're getting sued. Thanks.
But
You're gonna
Well,
have. This is the problem. You're gonna have to prove that she's a slut now, so that we don't get sued.
there's and Usain Bolt, the runner. That just sounds like a runner's name.
Yeah, I went by a sign because they have the elections coming up for the local mayoral races, and I saw one. William Wild. That's a weird one.
Bill
you know why it's
Wild?
weird though? Yeah. No, it's because if he's listed in the phone book, it'd be Wild Bill. You don't want Wild Bill to be your mayor, do you?
No, or your chief of police.
Hey, I'm Wild Bill the mayor. Come
what-
on down. I'll put you in jail for no reason.
One of our listeners brought up Joe Strummer.
Yeah, right. That's a good one.
What do you think Joe Strummer does?
He plays the guitar.
For the Clash, yes.
Yes. I knew that one too. I think
And-
he might have made up his name though.
Joe Strummer, maybe.
Yeah, that's got to be a stage name, and of course he made it up on purpose to be Joe Strummer, probably.
Well, if you're
None of his music, he doesn't strum it. He hammers on that thing like crazy.
Well, if you're ever in Dallas, Texas, and
Okay.
you're downtown, go to the City Tavern in Dallas on
Okay, I will.
Main Street and ask for Jameson, the bartender.
Jameson the bartender.
She will take good care of you.
It's a girl named Jameson too.
Yes, it is.
Sounds like a porn star. Can't sue me for that. Just sounds like that. I didn't say she was one.
She
No
might have.
suing.
She might have been in an earlier life. Who knows?
In an earlier life, you say.
Yes,
All right, we'll leave that one alone too.
like before this show.
Yeah. Let's see. I think we're almost there already.
Yeah, I believe we are.
So we can go on with our lives.
Oh, and I could actually.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Oh, that's right. It's Friday already.
Yes.
Oh, I love the weekend. Oh no, I'm working.
Yeah, you're working now for the next 35 days or whatever it is.
Yep. So the next broadcast will be brought to you from Texas as well.
Yeah, as it is right now, not the next one. You're
Yep,
there
the
now.
next several.
Yes. We have 4 in a row from the great state of Texas. We'll get all kinds of good information about Texas. Maybe some new stuff.
Let's hope.
Yeah, because we already know the shitty driving and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I'll find out some new stuff for you.
cool. All right, Davin, let's get on with our lives. Let's let everybody not share this like they usually don't.
Yeah, and
Don't tell anybody.
Don't fucking share it. Don't tell anyone you like the show.
Right.
Don't ever comment.
No. Yeah, just keep chirping away. Oh, I had one. Damn it. Too late. But one of our listeners sent me an exchange. Do you remember we were talking about the scams on Craigslist?
Yeah.
So he sent me a text exchange where he was fucking with him. So we'll save that for next week.
Okay.
That'll be a teaser. I'll have to write it down to remember it, but
Nice.
we'll be able to read through that one. Thank you, Jake, for sending that in.
Cool.
Going to give you a free You Name It t-shirt in 10 years when we make them.
We should get business cards made up too.
They don't want business cards. They want a t-shirt or a like a Make America Great Again hat thing. You name it. You name it podcast again. On a red hat. We'll just do that. So, yeah, whenever we decide to make some swag, you'll get it in 10 years.
In 10 years, exactly. In the meantime, don't share, don't comment, don't do any of that stuff, and don't pop a wheelie.